Hi, I'm Blue, but you can call me Medusa. The way I keep you bitches stoned. I know. Listen, it's hard out here, okay? As you can see, I do not have my lighting set up yet. We're a work in progress, okay? Have you seen what's going on out here? The world is bad, okay? So, we're out here making it work in America with what we got, okay? You know I'm not happy with this administration. You know I'm not happy with anything that's going on. Collectively, I'm pretty sure everybody's trying to figure out what timeline we're in. So I'm here being my usual weird gothness out here. I haven't been doing my makeup that much. I really, what can I say? It takes time, and then I have to take it off, and it's like I think about all the other stuff that I should do or could do or need to do before it's a whole thing. So I can't. The main takeaway, I'm gonna do one of my go-to like goth kind of quick. If I didn't have enough time, I wouldn't even do more than this. This is already like a lot of eyeshadow for a lot of people, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna deepen it up, the black, before I do a white cut crease. Because I love that. It looks cute. While I talk about, I don't even remember the fucking name of it. Because it's just, it's so much. You know, Netflix is always good for something cringy, horrifying. And the latest installment in these gentlemen who destroy and take over people's fucking religion to fucking manipulate their lifestyle and get what they want. So crazy. If you're not familiar at all, there's a documentary on Netflix about the FLDS fundamentalist Mormon community. And the first one is about Warren Jeffs and not all the crazy shit that he did, but a lot of it, right? And just some, survivors that were there, people from the community that were there that like lived this, and some of his wives. Crazy. The whole leading up to like the police and everything. Pretty fucking crazy stuff. If you're not familiar at all, fundalist Mormons, specifically the ones that this documentary about, polygamy is really their thing. That's like their, that's the thing that they really are on the thing about. Yeah, they have all of the other like fundamentalist Mormon things, like the clothing and all the religious stuff, but they also believe in having multiple wives. Unfortunately, a lot of the wives end up being underaged in these communities because they're so like cut off from the rest of the world, and it becomes like a normal for them for people to get married really young and have kids really young. And the first documentary was bad. The newest one that just came out about Samuel Bateman. Ooh, Jesus. Ooh. Or should I say the prophet? Okay. If you don't know any of the backstory, just really quick, okay? The first one, Warren Jeffs, his dad just decided one day when he was really old that he was the prophet. He just started telling people like, yo, God told me I'm it. You have to listen to me. And they did. And they just started doing whatever he wanted. And this guy was old as fuck. And he started marrying these young broads. And he had like all these bitches. And before you know it, he was like pimp daddy. He dies. Okay. Which wasn't supposed to happen because he was a prophet, right? But the entire time, his best son that he was like closest to, not his oldest, but his son that was right next to him, Warren Jeffs, ends up taking over for him pretty much because he says, my dad's spirit, it became me, so I am now the prophet. Very unto thee become him. Cut to Warren Jeffs doing all kinds of fucked up shit, right? Marrying these underage girls. Then when he gets found out by the police, he goes on the run. Him and his wives are fugitives, and they're dressed up in normal people clothing, not like the strict Mormon attire that they would be recognized in. And they're all over the place. They're like doing like a tour of the US while they're on the lam, essentially, for committing crimes against children, marrying, sexual abuse, having children with all types of stuff. So I'm paraphrasing, okay? Obviously. If you go in and you watch this, you'll be like, oh my God, she was kind of like, I'm paraphrasing. Because, oh my God, it's deep. So this is Warren Jeffs, right? This guy, Samuel, essentially learns from him and literally decides he's going to do the same thing. He's going to tell people he's the prophet because Warren Jeffs, he did go to jail. He died in jail. That's a clone or a body double, whatever the fuck he said. He said that the real Warren Jeffs died and became him. So when he starts doing all this fucked up crazy shit, at some point this lady and her husband move to the area where they live, and they start doing a documentary about them. He allowed it. He brought people into the house where he was committing crimes and had people film it. I want you to sit that for a minute, okay? I want you to taste that in your mouth. Taste it. You heard that right. Somebody who was committing crimes said, come to my house. Look at all my young bitches. Look at all these bitches I married. Look at all these hoes I got. Look at all the hoes from different area codes. I got them all up in this house. Look at all their ages. Yeah. This documentary is wild. Wild. This fat son of a bitch has this lady filming him doing parkour through the fucking mountains, okay? While his underage wives are just like, he's so athletic. Oh, yeah. This is so athletic. Ooh. I fucking can't. I fucking can't. I can't. I know I'm jumping all over the place from my eyes to my lips, but like, it's because I'm talking about it and I'm like, bro, I fucking can't. If you want an interesting fucking Netflix watch, I can't recommend it enough. When I upload the video, I'll put the name on there. I'm gonna tag this because that's literally, it's gonna be the reason why I did this whole video. Like, the amount of crazy shit that this man did, like, is insane. Now, he was a chunky guy. I don't know how chunky he is in prison now, but and there's so many shots of him like in a leather jacket, like he's Elvis with all these bitches. He's Mormon Elvis with all these hoes in different area codes. Go sit down, please. Go. Go sit down right there. Go. Thank you. When I say, like, I could not finish watching it soon enough. Like, it was so good. I feel like this is enough black. I don't really care. The level of delusion in people's minds, like, I don't understand what would possess somebody to do that. Like, if you know. And then the crazy part is, I think at some point during the documentary, there had to be pictures taken of him, like, with all the girls. I don't know if it was like a marriage thing or something like that, but the lady who, you know, befriended them and was there to do the documentary and was just like, yeah, we're documenting your life, blah 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 blah. She talks about how he specifically told her, like, oh yeah, but you can't get pictures of me with the underage girls because that's how they got Warren Jeffs, because they had photo proof of him. One of the ways, because I can't. There's pictures of Warren Jeffs, like, kissing his underage, like, teenage brides, right? But our judicial system is so beyond fucked that even if the police know that there's a crime happening, unless they get a victim who comes forward that's willing to testify, they will do nothing. Because once they take it to court, they have nothing to back it up with, right? That's how fucked up our system is. Go sit down, please. Thank you. When I say this type of documentary will make you sick to your stomach because of the things that they use religion to do, it's fucking crazy. Like, obviously, I'm gonna always admit when I'm impartial on something, because I was raised traditionally very, very religious, very Catholic. And I don't subscribe to that really at all for a lot of reasons. And unfortunately, one of the reasons is because, I don't necessarily agree with how religion is used. I don't necessarily respect the way that, and you'll see if you watch this documentary, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And it's crazy, like, I was walking, doing my workout. I'm fat, yeah, I know, trust me. I was doing my workout with my snake, walking around where I live, and one of my neighbors saw me, and she was with somebody who had already seen me walking the snake and got scared because they were drinking. And they saw my outfit, skeleton full, like skeleton jumpsuit, sweatsuit, whatever. And they didn't see the snake until I was within a few feet from her. So, unfortunately, when I saw her today, she was with somebody that loves snakes. I wanted to take a picture. And, if somebody's cool and approaches me nicely, yeah, sure. Towards the end of the interaction, I was already like, okay, have a good one, bye. But this made me even more like, as soon as people start bringing up like, oh, be careful, the snake tempted Eve, you have to be careful with snakes, like snakes are you can't trust snakes, like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't base all my interactions with snakes based off of your religious text. It's not a popular opinion to have. It's really why I don't talk about it when things are brought up like this, because I don't believe any one religious text is correct. I believe there's truth in many religions, believe in many gods. So I can't really sit here and be like, of course, all snakes are evil because the snake tempted Eve. So you're right. What am I doing with this snake? Let me throw it away. No. I choose to base my interactions and how I feel about things, people, and places based off of my personal interactions, not any religious connotations, texts, or beliefs of any one person or group of people. That's me personally, okay? Watching this documentary of how they use the Mormon, like, religion and these fundamentalists to pretty much get women used to not saying anything, being obedient, always listening, and not questioning your leaders at all, not questioning men, and having it be perfectly okay for them to get married before they're even 18 and have children before they're even 15. Like, that's crazy to me personally. That's harsh. That's rough, real rough for me to be able to go. Like, and the worst part, it's not other 14-year-olds marrying a 14-year-old. No, it's a 50-something-year-old dude. It's a 40-something-year-old man. It's a 60-something-year-old person. Like, it's fucking disgusting. Like, these guys marry off these young, attractive girls in their community to their friends, their business investors, people that give them money for stuff. Like, so that's not human trafficking? That's not really? Really? No, that's human trafficking. That's most definitely human trafficking. Like, it's so crazy. And the amount of things that they get away with it's not just criminal, it's evil. Like, that's, you want to talk about doing evil, like, that's evil to me. Watching these type of documentaries is really hard. If you grew up in any type of like really like strict fundamentalist type of household, it's really, really rough stuff to try to see, because you recognize a lot of those patterns. It's like, ah, shit. Makes sense that they were doing those type of classes in fucking catechism school. Like, wow, that's fucking crazy. Like, it makes you understand how they do things, how they're able to get away with things for so long, how they like literally train little itty bitty kids to like be okay with stuff as they get older. It's fucking crazy. The amount of stuff that like you see that's normal to them because they've grown up essentially being brainwashed by their religion. I know that's a fucked up thing to say, but that's what people use religion for. That's what it's for. To help control and brainwash people and get all the people to understand, right and wrong, and you do this or you do that, and this equals bad and this equals good, and it helps frame morality in an easier way for people. When I started learning about psychology and doing all this stuff, I was in my early teens. And you know what made me do it is like seeing the catechism teachers being inappropriate with the girls that I was in a class with, and being like, whoa, 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 what the fuck is this? Like, you are doing something that you're telling us is wrong, that is something that you're teaching us to be cautious of, and it's you're the problem, you're part of the reason. Like, oh, okay, cool, perfect. Understanding how predators get mad when a teenage girl doesn't respond to their advances, and then the catechism teacher is calling them whores because they don't show up to class anymore because they're uncomfortable with you oogling and ogling them. Like, man, there's a lot of things that I have lived through the scope of religion. So I feel qualified enough to talk about my experience that hasn't been always a pleasant one, or what they want to say is religion. I've seen religion be used for a lot of fucked up stuff. I've seen nice people do nice things for their community with religion. I've seen people organize food drives and blood drives and help donate things because a family, lost everything in a fire. I've seen churches come together and do good things. But in the same way that they do good things, there's people who use the tax exemptions for churches to steal from their congregation, to take as much money as they can from the people that go to them and then ghost and start a new life somewhere in Florida or in another country where they can't be found. Why? I lived it. I lived it with my mom. Like, my mom, like many people, you know, looked for religion to fill that kind of void that I understand what it does for people, because I don't know who else like grew up watching Sister. I love that movie so much. So much. My aunt to this like day is still best friends with nuns. My whole life growing up, she was a nun. So it made me love that movie even more, because I felt like I had a Hispanic Whoopi Goldberg, because she's lively and fun and, you know, everything, the opposite of what I hate of Catholicism. She's like the complete opposite. She's like this light and shining beacon of it that always gives me like that hope, like, oh, there's something still good in Catholicism, you know? Because of people like her, because of true good, you know, people that uplift that faith, that really like live by it, and like, you know, that you're like, that's a good Catholic. That's a person who lives it, practices, and like breathes it, and doesn't just treat people like shit because of their religion. Be like, well, I'm a Catholic. Oh. I digress. Growing up, watching that movie, like the music, the power is the music that connects people, the vein of having all these people in unison doing one thing, the ritual of it, all these people concentrating their energy and focusing on one thing. That's a powerful fucking thing. All of these people doing something positive all in that moment, that's fucking magic. Experiencing moments like that will have me in tears, involuntary or voluntary, depending on the situation. Sometimes I'll be so uncomfortable, I'll be crying, because it's not my type of like vibe church. I've been in churches where the music is so beautiful, the singers are so powerful, they're emoting so much, they're feeling every fucking letter that they're singing, that you can't help but cry. You can't help but be caught up in the fucking music. Even though it's not even a religion that I know anything about. But that's how powerful the fucking music is. That's how powerful the emotion and the feeling behind it and the faith behind it that these people sing with. Religion is a very powerful thing. And watching documentaries like the one that I was watching about how they use the FLDS fundamentalist like beliefs to trap these young girls, and literally like you see how these girls are just like staring at this ugly motherfucker, like I can't. This gentleman is not handsome, okay? Like, this gentleman is not anything to look at. But these girls are looking at him with googly eyes.
I'm gonna go to Walgreens. I'll be back.
Okay, be careful.
I love you.
I love you. Be careful. These little girls are looking at him like, because of how brainwashed they are, he told them, listen, bitch, I'm talking directly to God. Me and God are right here. Because he said that. They're like, okay, whatever you say, yeah, okay, yeah. It's crazy. Like, crazy to me. Crazy. How? Like, call me incredulous, call me like a faithless heathen. Do you know what somebody would have to do for me to look at them as a direct messenger from God? Truly, truly. Like, I don't know about you, but for me to think that somebody is speaking directly to big guns upstairs, you would have to do a hell of a lot more than just say, oh yeah, it's me. He died, it's me. That's it? How in the world are you telling...
Keep an eye on my babies.
Okay, I will. How in the world are you telling me that this guy is all of a sudden talking to God? Please, please explain that to me. It's so crazy. Like, I don't understand how people can be this gullible. Like, truly. And I know that's fucked up to say. But what else do you call it? Like, I know there's people that are just, no, but they're just really strong in their faith. You know, they're just really, really strong in their belief system. I understand that. Trust me. I grew up with the most religious person that God is her everything. Like, if something bad happened, it's God. It's part of God's plan. It has something to do with God. God's in it. God's gonna make it what it needs to be for you. God is everything. I understand, like, how people can have such a strong belief. Nothing can shake it. No matter all the horrible things that happen on this planet and in their life personally, they know that God has never and will never leave them. They believe that with every ounce and fiber of their being. It's hard for an existentialist like me to have that type of faith, but I don't question. I don't yuck people's yums. I just let people do as they please. Doesn't affect me either way. Now, when it did affect me, when I was younger, and I was forced to go to church every single fucking Sunday, whenever my mom decided we had to go, I sat, I stood, I kneeled, I did all the things you're supposed to do. Was it fun? No. Do I wish I had some of those hours back? Most definitely. I don't believe in religion the way that, you know, a lot of people do, and I don't like the way that it is used against people and to control people, and I don't think that taxes should not have to pay. I don't believe that churches shouldn't have to pay taxes. I think that's crazy. I think all the money that they're getting off of people, they should most definitely be getting taxed. That's, again, my opinion. But, you know, they don't tax the people that make the most fucking money, thousands and billions of fucking dollars. So I don't know that they'll start taxing, you know, the churches anytime soon, but hopefully maybe one day they'll start giving a fuck about people, and they'll see that if they tax the churches and rich people, they would have more than enough money to pay for universal health care, universal child care, and all the other fucking things that they say cost too much money. It's crazy to me that we're still arguing about this type of stuff. Like, I trip out when I think about, you know, being like a teenager, being forced to go, to catechism and confirmation classes because this religion is so important and I have to do it. And I don't, it doesn't escape me, that most of the creepy dudes that were in charge, like, there's a reason why they don't last. There's a reason why they're only there for a short time and then they get moved somewhere else. Because the same way that they're there and they're making the girls near me uncomfortable and me uncomfortable, I know they're doing much worse. And it's unfortunate when it comes out. And it's not just me talking shit. You can look up how many times the Catholic Church has been sued by people. Many churches. Many, many, many churches. Many cities. And it sucks that people go to, religion because they need something. They're missing something. They need help. They think they're going to get help there. They think they're going to get that connection to God. And you have these, sorry, but usually, men who are abusing their power, who are telling you that your salvation is somehow connected to them, through them. It's pretty fucking sick. To prey on women, young girls, children, with that same, mentality of you want to get to heaven. You gotta listen to me, baby girl. Do what I say. That's pretty disgusting. That's pretty fucking disgusting. And it's crazy that this isn't the past. This is current. This is something that's still happening. It's pretty fucking disgusting. Pretty crazy. Pretty fucking crazy. I thought in my lifetime, by the time that I was this age, this would have already, stopped happening. I got excited when the Me Too movement happened. Because growing up, to anybody that knows me, Selena was my fucking bitch. I wanted to be a performer to this day. I would gladly. If my knees could keep up, bitch, I would gladly be a fucking cabaret performer. A vaudeville fucking number of oddities. Love. But one of the things that deterred me from even thinking about it, and I grew up in LA, I could have done it if I really wanted to. One of the things that deterred me is reading from a young age what happened to child actors. What the normal things that occurred in the industry that I would have to deal with. Casting couch bullshit. Dieting. All types of fucked up shit that kids shouldn't have to deal with. Nobody should have to deal with. But that's how Hollywood is. That's how the world is. It's what being an adult is having to get used to being taken advantage of by anybody from any direction, any institution. It sucks. It's crazy. Like, watching that documentary was so rough because a large number of his brides were underage. And he was marrying off other girls, I believe, to also old fucking dudes with a bunch of other wives. Like, and the fact that you're using religion to make all these women and little girls think this is okay. It's not okay. Like, it's not okay for you to use somebody's desire to be a good person and want to go to heaven and want to be good with God. Like, it's not okay for you to use that to manipulate somebody's goodness for your fucking perverted, disgusting fucking desires. Like, there's a special place in hell for people like Samuel Bateman. Special fucking place in hell for you, little piece of shit. I'm not a fan of religion. And it's because of people like him who use it to prey on people. Like my mom, you know, who were just looking for a place to go, to pray, to find community, to find, for people to just come and take advantage of them. Like, I could literally do a whole video on just what I remember in my teenage years of my mom going to different religions, different faiths, and how many different cults she almost joined. How many cults she did join and then realized, oh shit, this is a cult. I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, everything from Scientology to Mormonism, just everything in between. I was there. I was her daughter that was whatever she needed to help her feel better. Because I understand that religion helps people in a way. I started studying psychology really, really young because I wanted to understand what makes people tick and why hurt people and why people do the things, the fucked up shit that they do. Psychology helped me understand that. People latch onto religion because of a lot of different reasons. But one of the main ones is because they need something to believe in. They absolutely need that faith to help keep them trucking. Because there's so much fucked up shit in the world that at least if you have that little bit of faith, you can just... God always has a plan. All this fucked up shit, it's part of God's plan. It helps people. I get that. I make fun of it, but I understand it. It's fucked up that they use it to rip people off, to rape people, to victimize them for years, to force them to have children at a young age, and now for the rest of their lives they have to deal with the consequence of them being born into the wrong religion. It's fucked up. So if you want to see that fucked up ass documentary, it's on Netflix. Look it up. Samuel Bateman, the fucking FLDS fundamentalists. If you don't want to, that's okay. Don't. If you're not a religion person, okay, cool. I'm not that much of a religion person either, but I understand and I learned because I have to be understanding because most of the world is religious. If you are a religious person and you were offended at all by any of this, I'm just a clown putting on makeup in front of a 420 display. Who gives a fuck what I have to say? I'm nobody important. I'm just giving you my opinion on something that I saw that was super fucking crazy. And Horrifying. Again, if you're a religious person, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend you. This isn't meant to, poke anything or blame anybody except for that piece of shit, Samuel Bateman. Like, he's most definitely a piece of shit. And so is Warren Jeffs, and his father, also a piece of shit. The fact that they used religion to, like, fuck with little girls and, like, marry little girls and fuck little girls, there's no excusing that. I don't care. If you get offended by that, you're probably a piece of shit too. I don't know how else to say it. If you liked it, cool. If you didn't, cool. As always, I'm Blue, but you can call me Medusa, the way I keep you bitches stoned. I'm going to try to do more makeup videos, but I'm not promise anything. You're welcome.